So if we did a level line from where this was even, it would have been about 4 fingers taller than the railroad tie. So I'm going to dig out this stretch from here to here and see what we got after that, because that sand is too expensive to try to build a retaining wall when I can just dig some shit. I'm getting there. Very, very slowly. So cut the middle to do, and that section. So mini split is officially going in. It's 12,000 BTU, which is almost 70% more than we need, and I'm fine with that. So getting it hooked up so we can actually have some decent heating and air. Boys hooking me up by setting it up for me. So back to it. So far, this is the pile of rocks that has come out of this hole. I had to redo my tires. These are the roots, stems so far that have come out. I'm using the hose as a water jet to get in there and pull rocks out. So I'm literally sitting in the mud, holding the hose with one hand, spraying like a power washer, and using my other hand to scrape mud and move rocks. This son of a bitch right here is not budging at all. So I got this part done. I can literally put my whole hand under this, so I got to cut that out, and then I got to get past this little mess, some rocks over here, and then I can start catching up, and we're almost done. Fucking sucks.
I shut my eyes.
I don't know if you can see it or not, but I've got string on here to there, and then this one goes across to there. I got one that comes here and one that goes there. So I've got my level. Now it's just a matter of backfilling this a little bit and then spreading the sand. Pop this down just a little bit, but almost. It is almost level. I am about an inch away from being level. Then I get to scrape sand and put this thing together again. And then I get to clean up everything around it. I'm fucking tired. I'm calling it a day. While I'm waiting for the ground to dry by the pool, I get to start setting up a bathtub finally. So we got a toilet. So bathtub's gonna go here. Eventually a shower will go here. This will kind of be tiled all in one solid little unit. So standing shower over here, bathtub over here. It's got the little thingy. I might show y'all when I'm done. Water heater's going over here, washer and dryer's going over here. So now I'm just getting ready to figure out, do some measurements and see exactly where these things are going to go so I can start popping some holes. Since I can't do any more on the pool because it is raining, I'm doing a little bit of burning. I'm out here cleaning up the garden area, pulling weeds, throwing them out here, letting them cook in the sun. Green beans and corn. Corn is almost done. I don't know what this is. It's like real flimsy kind of, I don't know. It's cool. Until I figure out what it is, I'm gonna let it stay because it just looks cool. Peppers. That pepper's ready to go. Tomatoes, corn. Beans. Like I said, I'm just out here cleaning up right now. All my potatoes died. I'm gonna have to try that again. But tobacco, finally. The corn going over here. And the gourds are doing just fine. These are the loofah gourds. My bottle gourds did not pop, but that's fine. I'm not worried about it. I'll probably pull this up and put some corn in there and keep it moving. But sunflowers are doing awesome. Grapes are doing good. And it's raining, so I'm going to put my phone away and get back to it. Now it's just a matter of putting sand down and getting the liner in. Well, that's what we got. Need to come in and put some more sand on the outside, but we got enough underneath. Now we're just filling it up and seeing if it's level. For the most part, it seems to be. We'll get it up a couple inches to see. And if it's good, then I will wash it and we will fill it and move on to the next project. So we are officially level. So it's filling up now. We've got a nice little rock retaining wall going on here. Gonna put a few more rocks in there to fill in the gaps, like little gravel size rocks, and then come in and put sand over top of it. And that should lock that in pretty good. Got some back here. And we'll have to put a few more over here. We only got 3 over here right now. But we'll put a few more in here and fill that in. Then we'll come in and lock everything in with sand. And this will be good to go. Once it gets a little bit more full, I'll get in there and I'll actually clean it from all the sand and stuff from sitting over there for a week. But pool is almost officially done. One more project knocked off the list. Mini split is wired up and going. This, if you got the opportunity, it's worth it. I'm telling you, get it. Just saying. Decided the water heater is not going to go inside the building. It's going to come out here. So I'm building its own little box and platform. It's insulated underneath, going to be insulated on all sides. Pipes are going to go through there because we're just coming up right there. So got my lines here, measuring everything out, seeing what we got, making sure we got everything before we start popping holes and doing all this other stuff. This is the living room wall insert that we're getting ready to put in as soon as it dries out a little bit more. Got to put another coat of Kills on it, but it's all going to be covered with pallet wood, and then that's a shelf, that's a shelf, that's a shelf, that's a shelf, and then that's a shelf up there, and this will be solid. And this is the bedroom wall, so on the other side, that'll be a shelf for the bedroom side, and then it'll be a solid wall. I mean, I'll show it to you when I get done. It'll make sense. So I made this island a couple years ago, but we never put anything into it. I just started putting rocks and the dirt we took out of the septic, all that clay stuff, put it on here. But I turned it into the little cat jungle. So we got the catnip right there. I bought this, and I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I want to get a couple more of those, probably 6 or 7 more of those to put in here. I transplanted a whole bunch of moss. Some of it made it, some of it didn't, but all this grass came with the moss. So anywhere you see grass is where I put moss down. I had about 60% of it covered with moss, but some of it took, some of it didn't. But I got to come in here and clean out this actual grass and try to clean this up a little bit. But that's the cat jungle. It's coming along pretty nice. Now it's just a matter of maintenance and switching plants. Sunflower field is doing pretty good. About time to mow the other side again. So this is, you gotta be on there. That's how tall this flower is right here. And it's probably still got another 2 foot or so to go. So good stuff. Grapes are kicking ass. This one is a week and a half to 2 weeks ahead of the one down there, but come do it. We got some bug issues. Fucking those sons of bitches. They're everywhere. Those things are tearing up everything this year. It's a problem. We got tomatoes going. We got some jalapenos popped, and nothing else has popped yet. Tobacco is still kicking ass, and all this is going to get redone over the winter. So stay tuned, because I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but it's going to get changed. I trimmed the hell out of these two. These things are ridiculous this year too. I haven't noticed anything fruiting yet, but the flowers are just starting, so we will see. These are my loofah gourds. I got all this overhanging. Oh, there we go. There's one. There's another one right there. Any other ones yet? I'm not seeing any. Well, 2 guaranteed so far. Cool beans. Oh, there's one right there. So, this was kind of a rush job, but next year I'm gonna take this chicken wire off, that way everything can kind of hang down. But I know instead of doing this, it's gonna be an arch over this, but I'll show you that when we get closer. Original Tiger, check her out. The maple sapling the Tiger gave me a little over a year ago. Is doing good. Before I took it out of the bucket, I topped it right there. That way it wouldn't, you know, get ridiculously tall. I would rather kind of bush out and stay a little bit low, which gave me the split, so I can kind of direct it how I want it to go. In theory, we'll see how it works. Burn pile, a lot of mowing to do. So I trimmed up my elderberry because it was getting goddamn ridiculous. I don't remember what it looked like before. It was literally covering everything from fence to building here. So I came in, that's what that huge burn pile was over there, is this. But it's starting to. So the elderberry has been cleaned up. Makes a nice little cave for the dogs to hide under. Puppy dogs. Carrots are doing awesome. I'm about 2 or 3 weeks away from go ahead and popping them beets. I got probably another month on the carrots, but they are looking good. Finally got the yard mowed back here. For the most part, need some grass seed back here. Still got to do that. Branches to pick up. But the bug island out here, I had a video that was about 37 minutes long before all this, but it got deleted. But I can't remember if I put this on there, if I already showed you. But this is the bug island. They got some mulch down here. This is 4 truckloads of mulch so far, right? Yeah, 4. See, the only thing sticking up is the saplings and a few tiny deals, but nothing's too ridiculous to deal with. So I just got to finish that side up and then come in here and probably double this. So another 4 here. I probably need at least another 10 loads just to make it look right, but it's getting there. It will not stop raining. So, because I can't do anything in the yard right now, we'll start working on the ladies. The greenhouse, of course, got my shade cloth up, some plastic up here, got a little dip. I got to pull this down a little bit, but today you're going to start feeding these things through, because we're only about a month and some change away from flower. So you start pulling these things through, get the inside trimmed up a little bit, and see what we got. Basically, what we got going on here is that these need to start getting fed through. That way they have a brace. Try to do 1 limb per hole, but on some of these holes we're going to end up having 4 or 5. But this is what we got so far. A little bit light on this side still, but yeah, new year. We still got some trees to take down and get a little bit of light over here, but for the most part, I ain't mad at it. We got most of the holes filled. A lot of these little ones are going to pop up through the top here in a couple of weeks. But for the most part, that's what we got. Just trying to separate the branches. That way they have equal spacing. We'll eventually fill up this whole thing, sides. So for the most part, I got this trimmed out and cleaned. Once it gets a little bit closer to flower, I'll come in here and clean out a big chunk of the inside. I don't know about a big chunk, but a little bit higher anyway. But that's what we got going on with this lady. These other ones are just kind of doing their thing. They've been topped a few times. You see how many tops are on this thing? I don't know if you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's just so. I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet. Those just started. This one is the same as that one. I'm just kind of letting it do its thing. It's been topped a couple times. Let's see, you gotta. But we'll see. I don't know what I want to do with those. I might just let them do their thing from there and just do a bush.